Despite the growth in carp fishing in recent years, there's still venues out there that are a complete mystery. Luckily, me and Henry were in search of just that when he received a message from a guy that had stumbled across the most incredible set of lakes. He didn't give too much away, other than the fact that he'd caught carp to nearly 50 pounds, and that was all we needed to hear. At the back end of May, we made our way to the lake with 4 nights ahead of us. Upon arrival, we realised this place was a lot bigger than we'd anticipated, but we wasted no time and went to explore. What are we doing, Henry?
We're looking for carp on the coolest set of lakes we've been to in a while.
We know nothing about what's in here. All we know is we're allowed to fish it legally.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing else.
Some guy messaged me on Instagram. If he's watching this, please message me because I can't find your original message. And he said that he'd fished here, loads of lakes joined together, didn't really know what was in here. He went for a little early spring fish. I think he had like 7 or 8 fish, biggest was 48 pounds, it was a sick carp, so me and Jacob thought we'd come check it out.
Eventually, after checking all the likely looking areas, we did find some carp in a small snaggy bay.
Out in the water, long bank sticks, rods up like that.
Reckon this is the spot?
Yeah.
As Henry was the driver, he would fish in the bay where we'd seen the carp, and I would fish the point swim. This looks ridiculous. Imagine this pays off. Imagine we pull this one off.
Because we don't know what's actually in here.
No clue.
No clue. It could be the best trip ever, it could be a massive fail.
Yeah, it could be like 30 carp in here.
Yeah, and they're all £4. That's the issue.
Well, no, you've seen some big ones already, haven't you?
Seen some big
but
ones.
we haven't seen loads, have we?
And the issue is, because all the lakes are connected,
they could go.
They could just go.
Yeah.
We could be fishing that little bay where I think there's like hundreds and hundreds of acres of water they could just swim to.
Yeah.
So,
well,
give it a go, haven't we?
It's exciting, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's not often you get to fish places like this, so I'm loving it. This is the most excited I've been in a long time. We unloaded the van and began getting the gear ready.
What are you doing?
How excited are you at 1 to 10? Of every fishing trip you've ever been on in your entire life to this point?
Why are you asking me this?
How excited at 1 to 10?
7.
What was 10?
Or
have you not experienced 10 yet?
No, I've experienced 10.
What was it?
Well, first time I went fishing in Switzerland at the lake where I caught my first big carp in Switzerland, and I went down and just saw him feeding the edge. That was 10.
And this is a 7. So she's up there.
She's up there. Why are you asking me that?
Well, I'm just trying to get the vibes positive.
Shouldn't
You're moping around all negative. I'm just trying to make things more positive.
I'm trying to load the van. You're coming up to me going, what would you rate your best birthday out of 10? Shit like that.
As we'd be going out in the boat to the swim, we made the bait mix straight away. This consisted of monster shrimp and citrus boilie, oily hemp, sweet corn, tiger nut slush, and whole tigers. A real variety of bait, a proper grubbing mix. Proper carp fishing. It's better than a UK day ticket, isn't it? That's for sure.
Marginally.
Look at these islands, look. Little dot islands, lily pads everywhere. Here's home for the week. Right, before I get any stuff set up in base camp, just going to go for a little mooch, see if I can find some spots around the island while I've got daylight. Where are you, Mr. Carp? There's got to be some carp around all these dot islands. Whilst I was roaming around, Henry was getting his swim fit for purpose. Oh.
Is that the carpiest
Oh.
swim you've seen this year?
Wader jobby straight away.
Waders, boat.
That is carpy, mate. Once both base camps were sorted, it was time to get the rods out. I've got no clue how many carp are in here, so I'm not going to go mental with the bait. Just enough to bring them in. Put a little scattering across, just to stop them in their tracks. Right. Bottom's really soft, super silty. Super silty. Just gonna have a couple of drops to make sure there's no debris on the bottom that's gonna cause me any issues. Nose seems fairly clean. There we go. Once the rods were out, all we could do is sit back and enjoy our first evening on this beautiful lake. The first part of the night passed by quietly. Then a few hours before sunrise, Henry's rod burst into life. £30 of that is, mate, all day long. Yeah. Oh, not happy. Yes.
Come on.
Oh, good morning. Not a very successful night for me last night. Partly because I didn't really feel that confident. I hadn't seen any carp in front of where I was fishing, hadn't seen any show, hadn't seen any out in the boat, and I couldn't find any firm areas, so I just kind of dropped in silt in general areas that I thought would be good patrol routes. So I wasn't really that confident going into the night, and then I got constantly messed around by bream, even chub. So yeah, I basically couldn't keep a rod in the water. On top of that, it wasn't till about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning that I actually got the rods out, because I had to re-spool my reels with the new braid, the baseline braid that Nash have brought out. Finally got myself some of that, so yeah, not great for me. Henry, on the other hand, he had a fish just before sunrise, about an hour before sunrise, and then he's had another couple of bites. I think he's hook pulled one and then been cut off, which is not ideal, but it shows that the fish are down there and are feeding, so he's doing something right. I'll be honest, I was absolutely knackered, and with it being the first night of the trip, catching so many small ones, nuisance fish, I didn't want to keep going back out and be absolutely done straight away. So I actually reeled in and thought, in the morning, I'm going to get up, I'm going to assess the situation and fish properly from that point onwards. But Henry's shown that a little bit of motivation, a little bit of perseverance will get you them bites, because he's had 3 bites during the time that I've had no rods in the water. So well done, Henry, for me. But on the positive side, what a place. This place is incredible. And we've got 4 nights, so we've got plenty of time to catch some big ones out of here.
Sinking all the silt.
This was meant to be a really nice B-roll shot over some music. Wait till I tell you the story of Henry this morning trying to get to his rod. He's going to have to reenact it for you. How big we saying?
Well, you said definitely 30.
Yeah, when you netted it in the boat, in the dark, it looked £30.
Well spawned out.
Is it? Nice.
I'll catch that one next. Oh, look how empty he is. There we go. Bit of a consolation, this one. As I said, lost 2. Bit annoyed about it, but I've changed my plan, beefed up on the snag fishing tackle, and hopefully that means I'll land them from now on. But yeah, nice to have landed 1. Gonna get him back and catch some more, because there's carp down there.
First one from a new lake, mate.
First one, always a special one, innit? That's a
well
saying.
Done, mate. You've done me up last night anyway.
Cheers, mate. It does stink a little bit, this fish.
Was it?
I do regret holding it to my chest just
Was
then.
it? Yeah. So Henry's
horrible.
got this thing. To be fair, most carp anglers do it. When a carp moves, instead of putting it down, he does that. Look, he does that. He hugs it. And I say that I think that's disgusting, because then he'll spend the rest of the 5-day trip with slime all over him and he'll stink.
What slime?
But he thinks I'm being a fairy because I won't do it. Let me know in the comment section if you like to hug and get slime all over yourself. I wouldn't mind it if it was a £50 linear or anything, but yeah, well done, mate.
Cheers.
Go on.
So I had the bite probably about 6 AM.
Yeah.
And I came out and the rod was ripping off. like trying to run to the rod, and I was like this. Like, why can't I can't move. I was like, oh, this rope's in the way. So at the time
Oh
I moved
my
out of the way,
God.
got to the rod, it was obviously just gone on a mad one, and I was just straight away pulled off.
If I
pulled
did
out.
that, you'd call me every name under the sun. Right, I've put that rod back out on the dot island. Now I'm going to try and find a slightly deeper or firmer spot out by the pads. So what I've done is I've put the deeper on the back of the boat, and I'm just going to slowly cruise along the side of the pads, and I'm just looking for a little drop off or a little hardened spot. And then I'll probably spread some boilies and put a pop up over this one just to mix it up a little bit. Right, I'm out in open water now. I reckon I'm about 150 metres from my swim, and I'm sort of around this middle section, big load of pads. So I'm just going to put a big spread of monster shrimp boilie out in these pads, around the pads, try and get the fish in this area or stop them on the way through. Even put some up there as well, just really fill this area full of attraction. With the lake being really silty, I've soaked the boilies in the shrimp syrup as well, just so that they don't take on any of the smelly silt. Right. As the day passed by, Henry felt he should have had another bite, so decided to replace his rod. There was still carp in the area, so he lowered his rig as quietly as possible and scattered a few handfuls of bait over the top. Meanwhile, despite putting large hook baits on, I was still getting pestered by the roach, bream, chub, whatever they are hybrids. The rest of the day was pretty miserable. However, as the rain began to stop, Henry's rod was away. You alright, mate?
So annoyed.
Henry's fuming.
I did all that, beefed up with all the heavy duty gear for snag fishing, locked up, still taking line, but managed to pull it away, get it away from the snag, go out in the boat, go out to it, rolls on the surface, hook balls, randomly.
Since then, no bites. I've had nothing. It's been a quiet day. However, I've got something that might cheer you up, mate.
Go on.
So, normally, we're eating steak, no seasoning, nothing. But this time, I've been in contact with HelloFresh, and I've got us a proper recipe meal for two. Look, got it out for you and everything. I knew you were sad after losing that one.
Are you going to cook it for me and everything?
Yeah, I'll cheer you up.
Oh, come on. You've even got a nice little dessert out for
Look, meal for two, dessert.
What are we having?
Sweet and sticky chicken thigh noodles. Got the cooking instructions on the back. I thought, to be fair, with Think Food not being around anymore, which is really convenient, you used to love it.
Yeah.
I thought if we order off these, we'll be able to get everything we need rather than running around to Tesco, and we can actually eat good food, seasoned and everything.
I'll take it if you're cooking it. I'll eat it.
I'll cook it, mate. I'll cook it. Pop the corn flour into a large bowl and season with salt and pepper. Add the diced chicken. Wallop. This has got to taste better than what we normally have. Surely. I think the thing that's so good about this is the fact that normally we'd buy a whole box of everything. We'd buy like 3 onions, 3 peppers, a whole box of mushrooms, and then we'd hardly use any of it. That's the good part of it, is that we've got the right amount for each meal. And step-by-step instructions, which I need because I can't cook. Oh, look at that. Any anglers that are cooking lacklustre meals, I would advise you look at HelloFresh. You can order online, you can pick which meals you want, you can pick how many meals you want, you can put desserts in there, you can customise it however you want. It comes in a box with ice in it, you can put it in your fridge if you're not going that day. And judging by how that looks, I'm giving it a solid 4-star rating. Let me taste a bit of chicken. Let's have a look. Mate, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Right, well, stop messing around then. Give me some.
Nice.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Potential to be 9.
Woo! But so basically, the cook could have made it a 9.
Yeah.
The chef.
That was my polite way of saying that. No, it's really good. Really good. Well done, Jacob.
Wallop. Right, now we just need a carp. I've just had two more of them pest fish, whatever they are, roach bream hybrid things. So I've got to redo the rods, and then hopefully one of us will catch a big one tonight. 40-pounder.
Yeah.
Well, would you believe it? I've managed to fluke one out. I've not seen any carp on my side of the lake, and I was thinking to myself last night in bed, I'm going to move tomorrow, go off for a little adventure, and that rod that I put long in the middle of the lake over a big spread of boilies is randomly bust off this morning. Very lacklustre fight, felt like a bream, so I didn't bother filming it, and it's not a monster, but it is a carp. Henry didn't have anything in the night, however, he's seen some fish coming back into that bay this morning, but yeah, he's glad to finally be off the mark. The carp were really on the feed on Henry's spot, and it wasn't long until he got another chance. Unfortunately, due to him fishing so locked up, he suffered another hook pull. I couldn't see anything in front of me besides bream, so I told Henry, I'm leaving you, mate. I'm off to find a spot on the other side of this monstrous lake. Wish me luck.
Good luck, we need it.
It's just going to be a 1-rod jobby, this. I'll take that over. I made my way around the lake to try and find some areas that looked like they'd hold carp. I drifted alongside all the small islands, hoping to see something. And this leads into another big lake. It's like a really good area, to be honest. Look at that, look, another big lake on the other side full of pads. And this is where I'm expecting to see carp now. Back of the wind, flat water, really nice snaggy margins, out the way, no swim, so they can't really be fished for. This is where I'm expecting to see some carp. Well, on this lake, this one in particular, which is the biggest of the selection, this is looking like the last option here, this snaggy tree line, so I'm going to check that out, and if not, I'll have to go through the channel and try and find them in a different lake. I was about to say, why there's no carp. There's a carp. There's a carp on the surface. 2 carp on the surface. Yes! Right, I need to be really quiet now. Oh my god. Yes. I knew they'd be in here. I just knew it. I need to be really careful not to spook them. 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 carp. Really close to the bank, just on the surface. Right, I'm going to turn the boat. I don't want to go near them at all. So I'm going to go down there, fish off the mud, and just bring a single rod down here and drop it as close as I can get to without spooking them too much. There's another one, 4. Yes. Oh God, I didn't expect the mud to be that deep. Look at me shoe. No. Look at me trainer. It's about 4 foot in the mud. Oh. Well, that's written off. Looks like I'm going barefoot. Blimey, that mud's soft. Well, I've just realised that setting up here in this quagmire, horrendous mud is not necessary, because there's actually a little patch of grass. I'm hoping that's also not swamp and marshes, but it looks all right, and I can fish across the lake to the snags that way. There is some poles in the water, which isn't ideal, but I've got the boat. I can go straight out in the boat. So sitting here all day baking in the sun in a load of mud is not ideal. So let's see if I can get a better swim over the other side. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Much better. I began unloading my gear from the boat and getting my rigs ready. Looks to me like there's a bit of a clear spot there. It looks a little bit lighter than the rest, which, oh my God, look at that, that's a big mirror, that is. They've seen me. Yeah, they've seen me there. Right, they've darted off. Let me use the oar rather than the motor, just to make less noise. Oh, that's lovely. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Perfect. Seems really firm actually, that spot. Right, well, in my opinion, I can't do any more than that. Fish on. Ah, yes. Finally. I'm starting to worry there for a little bit. It's been about 3 hours, and then literally just had a couple of bleeps, rod tip hooked over, and we're into a carp. Yes! It's got to be careful because of them wooden poles out in the lake. Right, I can feel it grating. I'm going out. Got to put the life jacket on. Yeah, it's definitely gone round that stick now, that's for sure. Fish has actually gone right back for the snags. There's the fish. Come on. It's like a nice mirror. Keep it away from these snags. Come on. Come on. Oh, so snaggy down there. Yes, there we go, he's out. Oh, come on, mate, stop it. There we go. Oh. Oh, strong fish. Really strong. Imagine what a 50-pounder would be like. Come on, mate. Nearly there. You're mine. You're mine. Yes. Oh, there we go. Well, that paid off, didn't it? Didn't catch one as quickly as I thought I was going to, but the move certainly paid off. Mr. Lennon. I've had one. Finally. You've had one as well?
Yeah.
Shut up, when?
An hour ago.
I'm literally directly opposite the lake. So what I was thinking was, it's about to get dark in the next maybe hour and a half. I reckon give it half an hour. I don't know if you've got the rod back out, but if you don't mind...
I'll just come over to you now.
Yeah, if you come over to me, we'll do my fish, and then I'll come back with you and we'll do your fish, and then obviously we're in the back in the base camp for tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
Welcome to paradise. Watch my line.
Don't worry, man.
Feels like what, sorry?
You know, deliverance.
Mm-hmm.
Hillbillies and that. So it seems like doesn't really come round.
It's cool though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Little
cool.
bay. I've had a little tree to hide from the sun all day.
Met some friends.
Yeah, loads of lure anglers here.
They catch anything?
Nah.
Wow.
Nice fish though. Considering, like, we thought we were going to be pale ones.
Oh yeah.
It's a dark one with scales on it and that.
Oh, that's a sick one. How did you get so jammy and catch that?
What, is yours not that nice?
Not as nice as that, and that one's quite big as well.
It's cool, isn't it? Good fight, mate. It was literally dragging me into the snags, and it towed me all the way along. I was just using the engine to pull me away.
Yeah, I do that with my one as well.
Nice one, isn't it? Look at that. There we go. Bit bigger than my one this morning, and the move that certainly paid off. I've really enjoyed it today, drifting around the lake, looking at all the snags. Couldn't believe that I'd not seen any carp. Was feeling a little bit depleted, thinking, oh, come on. And I stumbled across a group of fish. Didn't get a bite immediately, to be fair. Took a little bit of time, but there we go. Cool old mirror, and Henry's had one as well, so a carp each for the day. Hopefully, when I put some bait in here tonight and return in the morning, they'll be waiting for me, and a big one will be not too far away. Lovely stuff. Let's get it back and get back to base camp. Before leaving, I heavily baited the spot, with the hopes of keeping them in the area ready for my return in the morning. Brace for impact! No one will give in. Bumper cars. Done you, mate. Absolutely done you. What a lovely carp this was. Really nice dark scaly mirror. We got our rods prepped and placed them back on the spots just before sunset. Nearly hit my line, that did that. And see that? That heron literally just went and avoided my line. Mad how herons get chased by seagulls, isn't it? I just think they just go,
Jog on.
what are you doing chasing me? But they're always getting all scatty over it. It is a shame that there's not more carp in this lake, because it looks so good. I got a bite last night, so I guess you never know. I might just fluke out a couple of bites tonight. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. Sadly, the night was a quiet one. I waited for the fog to clear, then it was time to get back to the baited area.
Good luck.
So you're going to come over tonight for the boxing?
Yeah, oh yeah, come on the boxing. My plan is, I'm going to catch one here, reel in, go over to you, watch the boxing, and then go on some late night missions and catch one that big.
Sweet. See you later, mate.
Good luck.
As I was set for the night this time, I placed 2 rods along the snag line. I just really hoped the fish had got on the bait and was still in the area. Put the rod here and look. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm already about. The fish is here. You have enough? There you go.
Oh,
Lost?
bream.
Bring.
That. I don't even know what species it is. I think it's like a eyed. Yeah. Well, I thought that was a nuisance fish. Turns out to be a carp bite. Just hoping I've not lost it. It's gone round all these poles and gone through a few snags. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's only a little common. Come on. Come on. Yes. Well, like I say, certainly no monster, but I was slightly worried that the fish had gone, so I'm happy that there's carp about. Unfortunately, I've had to reel in because Henry, the big stiff idiot, has gone and got his van stuck in the mud, and he's that desperate for a McDonald's that he couldn't wait till the morning. Oh, there he is. Oh, sorry mate, I was just talking about you.
Come have a look at this.
Is it properly stuck? Yeah. Oh no.
All the rain we've had. No, it's this one here. Right.
Yeah, I was going to say it's back wheel drive, isn't it? Or is it front wheel?
I think it's front wheel.
Front wheel drive. Oh my.
Come look at it from the front.
How's it gone that deep?
Driving trying to get in and out. It's so softly round. Come
Mate, that's literally a 3-foot hole, bro. Oh my god.
Do I want to do it now? Just like...
2, 1, go! Ah! Try and go. Now forward, go.
Right, so reversing it.
Just go forward now. Ah. Plan B was to jack the car up to give us more purchase with the wooden planks. However, we had the world's worst jack, so that also failed. In the end, we gave up completely and decided we would deal with this headache in the morning. Henry's come to join me.
I hope you're going to cheer me up. I've had an awful day.
He's not happy. I've not long been back from trying to help him get his van out of the mud. He's also hooked another carp today after waiting all day, and just where he was fishing, with it being so snaggy, he's having to apply a lot of pressure and he's hook pulled again. Henry's not hook pulled this many fish probably in a few years of angling, the amount that he's lost on this session.
Terrible, isn't it?
So not great, but to be honest, I'm going to try and keep positive. When I tell you these lakes are massive, it's a huge body of water, all the lakes are connected together, and we have caught 4 carp. Yes, they weren't big, but if 3 of them were 40 pounders.
I thought it was 5 now, isn't it?
I've had, oh yeah, 3. I've had 3, you've had 2, so we've had 5 carp. If you said we're going to this humongous body of water, all the lakes are connected, we catch 5 carp in a couple of nights, we'd probably say sick, hopefully one's a big one. We've not had a big one, however, for me it's been a little adventure. The only problem is, Henry's not happy because he's lost fish, and also now his van is stuck in the mud. But the boxing's on tonight.
And you're going to cook me some
undisputed, unified heavyweight championship of the world, Tyson Fury.
A fighting man! I'm a fighting man, John! Right, cook me some food.
There we go. Come on, please still be on. Please still be on. Blimey, where's this fish gone? I've hooked it here, it's round a snag over there, and the fish is now round this pole. There we go. Oh, please be a big one. Please be a big one. There it is. Right underneath me. Oh, it's tiny. How unlucky is that? How have I managed 3 small ones in a row? This one's crazy. Come on. Yes. Yes. It's no monster by any means. But it's a cool little carp, 20 pounder. And a nice way to end the session. Well, it's not the monster that I'd hoped to end on, but it is another bite for me. It's been a tough trip for sure. Sometimes me and Henry come away and we catch 40 pounders, 50 pounders, and sometimes the fishing's really easy. On here it's not been. Henry's had a bit of bad luck on this one. I struggled at the start, moved over to this side of the lake, and I've managed to catch, I think, 4 carp now over a couple of days and a night. So I'm going to go home happy. Like I say, not the best trip in the world, but this just shows when you go out there you don't always catch loads of carp and you don't always get the big ones, but it's part of the adventure, part of the journey, and eventually the big ones come. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
You've forgotten one thing though.
What's that?
The van.
Oh, I forgot about that.
This could be a right mission.
No. This kind gentleman has brought another jack, and that's how it's supposed to work. I bet he was thinking, what on earth is that contraption you've got there?
Look.
Wait, go! Yes! Yes! Henry, careful, careful! Come on!
Yes.
We are John Fury. We can't be beat.
We can't be beat. Ah, Miss Fury.
Yes, look.